The scene with Mary has a funny backstory. When I read it, and I don't know, some of you maybe have heard this or we've talked about it, but when I read it, I was like, ah, there it is. Meaning, at the end of last season, when Amara looked at Dean and said, I'm gonna give you what you need the most.
Dean, you gave me what I needed most. I want to do the same for you.
I would have thought it would have been his father, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan's not available. Because he's awesome and he works constantly.
Dad. Hey, boys. Hi, Sam. Hey, Dad.
So I was like, oh my God, they're gonna try to get Jeff back. And then they're like, no, we're gonna bring Mom back. And I was like, interesting choice. Okay. And for the entire season, Jensen, had a hard time processing that for Dean. And I think it kind of read that Dean was almost he was unsure about the relationship with Mom. And he didn't know why. And I didn't know why. And it was kind of weird. And I love Samantha to death. I think she is one of the sweetest people on the planet. But as far as from a character standpoint, like, there was kind of a friction, or not even a friction. There wasn't a. It wasn't cohesive.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just need a little time.
And for me, that troubled me because I like to find that connection with another character, and I think that's one of the things that drives the show the way it does, is the relationships between the brothers, the relationship between Dean and Cass, the relationships between Crowley, even, like, all of those relationships have a place, and they have some sort of a cohesiveness. And I struggled to find that with Mary, and it bothered me. And I couldn't understand. I was like, why am I having such a difficult time, like, finding that gel, finding that pocket with my mom, and making sense of what the darkness had said at the end of last season. And when I got the script for 22 and I read that scene,
You left us. Alone. His dad was just a shell. His perfect wife, gone. Our perfect mom, the perfect family, it was gone.
I was like, there it is. That's what Dean needed the most, was to forgive his mother.
And I had to be more than just a brother. I had to be a father. And I had to be a mother to keep him safe. And that wasn't fair. And I couldn't do it. And you want to know what that was like?
I think last question is for you.
Is this the last question? It is?
Better be good.
All right, well, let's see. I'm looking for a guy, because, yeah, with a cup. Yeah. Little guy. Hey, look, equal opportunist, right?
Guys, we're from Argentina, so he doesn't speak too much English. We travel all the way here to see you guys.
Oh,
Thank you. Argentina.
that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for all these years. We follow you 14 years already.
Amazing.
And I turned her into this. She's only 20 years old. But
Wow. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks for traveling so far.
What's the question?
I was wondering how Dean felt when God or Chuck brought your mom instead of your dad back to the show.
Great question. So I thought that was a pretty interesting choice, and I was kind of under the impression, and this wasn't something that was heavily discussed with our showrunners and writers and stuff. You know, we kind of get the scripts and we're on the same journey that you guys are when you watch the show. We just happen to read it. So when Mom came back, you know, sure, yes, Dean has always longed for his mother to be a part of his life and to have been a part of his life. And he, you know, the ideas that he had about his mother were just really ideas, because he was, you know, 6 years old when she burned on the ceiling.
Take your brother outside as fast as you can. Now, Dean, go!
Dad's on a hunting trip, and he hasn't been home in a few days.
Just excuse us.
And so the life that he missed with her was only in his mind. And I thought, oh, okay, well, this is something they want to play out. Although I would think that Dean might need his father more, but then I'm like, I remember, well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's probably not available right now because he's busy working on another show. But anyway, I didn't give it, you know, I was like, sure, Mom, okay. And it didn't really become ultimately clear to me until the end of the next season, when Dean had that scene where he told his mother how much he hated her for where it had left he and his brother.
And you want to know what that was like? They killed the girl that he loved. He got possessed by Lucifer. They tortured him in hell. And he lost his soul. His soul. All because of you. All of it was because of you.
And I think that's what, when Amara and Chuck gave Dean his mother back, it was because of that moment. Dean needed to realize how he truly felt about the situation, and he needed to be able to forgive her and to be able to move on. And it was a pretty powerful scene, and it wasn't until that moment where I was like, that's what he needed the most. It wasn't just having his dad around. He needed to have this confrontation with his mother, and that was something that he needed in order to heal himself. So that's.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
I swore I was done hunting. For good.
I can't do this alone.
And now you're taking off in the middle of the night to spend the weekend with him?
Hey, everything's gonna be okay. I promise.
Hi there.
Hi, my name's Jennifer. It's actually a question for...
It's like Jim with the Niffer.
Yeah. This is for Jensen. When Dean said he hated Mary, how did it feel to get to that point? Was it like a sort of like cathartic, like relief for him? Like, has it been built? Because you could tell it's been building up for so many years.
That was an interesting scene because for me, it answered a question that I had personally for a long time about the storyline. And I kind of made an excuse for at the end of the previous season when Amara says, I'm going to give you what you need the most. And then Mom comes back.
And I understand. Because I have made deals to save the ones I love. More than once. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Derek, did you pick up?
Which season it was? Which season? It was the previous season. I turned it into you.
Yeah, you did.
It's not this season.
Wait, what season are you talking about? What is flamingos for? What are we doing?
Where's our legs?
So I didn't really, it wasn't made clear to me why Amara thought that this is what Dean needed the most. And I kind of just let that go and just thought, well, this is where they wanted to bring the story and they wanted to bring Mom back and then they establish her and and until that scene, then it made sense that it wasn't Mom coming back that he needed, it was admitting to himself and his mother that he had those feelings. That's what he needed. He needed to basically get that out. So it got really weighty when I kind of made that connection. I sat down and talked to Bob Aarons about it. He was like, absolutely. He was like, that's the way. That's where we need to go. And so, and working that scene out with Samantha, she was basically ignoring me. So I didn't have anybody else to like feed off of as far as energy goes, as far as emotion goes. So I just had to just dig deep and find it. I love Samantha dearly. I think she's just a beautiful person inside and out. And so for me to look at her with tears in my eyes and say, I hate you, was actually pretty difficult.
I hate you. And I love you. Because I can't help it. You're my mom.
But again, I think it was just one of those really in-depth moments that we get to peel back another layer of character that we thought we knew so well that all of a sudden now we realize that Dean had been harboring these feelings for so long and it needed to come out. So yeah, that was a tough scene to get through, but it was one that at the end of the day I was like, that really felt like a good scene. I felt like some good work. So I hope it was.
I forgive you. For all of it. Everything. On the other side of this, we can start over. Okay? You, me, Sam. We can get it right this time. But I need you to fight. Right now, I need you to fight. I need you to look at me, Mom. I need you to really look at me and see me. Mom, I need you to see me. Please.
Dean?
Mom.
So, John and Mary were married in Reno, Nevada, just to point it out there.
It's Reno, Nevada.
That's where I'm from.
Nevada.
So, now that we know much more about Mary's background, how do you think Dean and Sam's character development would have been different if she was the one who lived?
Now that we know she got married in Reno?
No. How would it be different for Sam and Dean if she was the one who lived and John was the one that died all those years ago?
Sam, Mom's on a hunting trip and hasn't been home in a few days.
You can say it in front of her.
Okay. Dad hasn't been home in a few days.
So he's working overtime on a Miller time shift. He'll stumble back in sooner or later.
Dad's on a hunting trip, and he hasn't been home in a few days.
Just excuse us. We have to go outside.
Okay.
When I told Mom I was afraid of the dark, she put an Uzi under my pillow.
Mom's a little bit more robust than Dad.
I like Mom a lot more, huh? I think it probably would have been pretty same. I mean, she was the hunter, right? So
Yeah.
the Campbells.
So they would have just known from a younger age, even more so.
I don't know. Maybe. But I
Maybe
think her whole idea was trying to hide it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
You're awesome.